Life is full of troubles and vexations, that one must either rise above it, by means of corrected thoughts, or leave it. He who writes, carelessly confesses thereby, at the very outset, that he does not attach much importance to his own thoughts. The business of the novelist is not to relate great events, but to make small ones interesting. The two enemies of human happiness are pain and boredom. The shortness of life, so often lamented, may be the best thing about it. To find out your real opinion of someone, judge the impression you have when you first see a letter from them. Compassion is the basis of morality. We forfeit 3/4 of ourselves in order to be like other people. Mostly, it is loss which teaches us about the worth of things. Wealth is like seawater, the more we drink, the thirstier we'll become, and the same is true of fame. After your death, you will be what you were before your birth. Talent hits a target no one else can hit. Genius hits a target no one else can see. Wicked thoughts and worthless efforts gradually set their mark on the face, especially the eyes. One should use common words to say uncommon things. Hope is the confusion of the desire for a thing with its probability. Honor has not to be won, it must only not be lost. Life without pain has no meaning. If we suspect that a man is lying, we should pretend to believe him, for then he becomes bold and assured, lies more vigorously, and is unmasked. A pessimist is an optimist in full possession of the facts. Every man takes the limits of his own field of vision for the limits of the world. The safest way of not being very miserable is not to expect to be very happy. All truth passes through 3 stages. First, it is ridiculed. Second, it is violently opposed. Third, it is accepted as self-evident. The person who writes for fools is always sure of a large audience. A high degree of intellect tends to make a man unsocial. No one writes anything worth writing unless he writes entirely for the sake of his subject. Happiness consists in frequent repetition of pleasure. Life is a constant process of dying. To be alone is the fate of all great minds, a fate deplored at times, but still always chosen as the less grievous of 2 evils. street a work of art like a prince, let it speak to you first. It is difficult to find happiness within oneself, but it is impossible to find it anywhere else. Genius lives only one story above madness. No rose without a thorn, but many a thorn without a rose. We can regard our life as a uselessly disturbing episode in the blissful repose of nothingness. Politeness is to human nature what warmth is to wax. Man can do what he wills, but he cannot will what he wills. Men are by nature merely indifferent to one another, but women are by nature enemies. Life swings like a pendulum backward and forward between pain and boredom. Religion is the masterpiece of the art of animal training, for it trains people as to how they shall think. Reading is thinking with someone else's head instead of one's own. It is a clear gain to sacrifice pleasure in order to avoid pain. It is only with the highest degree of intelligence that suffering reaches its supreme point. Great men are like eagles, and build their nest on some lofty solitude. Whatever torch we kindle, and whatever space it may illuminate, our horizon will always remain encircled by the depth of night. A sense of humor is the only divine quality of man. Rascals are always sociable, and the chief sign that a man has any nobility in his character is the little pleasure he takes in others' company. So the problem is not so much to see what nobody has yet seen, as to think what nobody has yet thought concerning that which everybody sees. Men need some kind of external activity, because they are inactive within. The wise have always said the same things, and fools, who are the majority, have always done just the opposite. The more unintelligent a man is, the less mysterious existence seems to him. The greatest of follies is to sacrifice health for any other kind of happiness. To free a man from error is to give, not to take away. Knowledge that a thing is false is a truth. Error always does harm. Sooner or later, it will bring mischief to the man who harbors it. Marrying means to have one's rights and double one's duties. Almost all of our sorrows spring out of our relations with other people. A man who has not enough originality to think out a new title for his book will be much less capable of giving it new content. Every parting gives a foretaste of death, every reunion a hint of the resurrection. It is only at the first encounter that a face makes its full impression on us. If we were not all so interested in ourselves, life would be so uninteresting that none of us would be able to endure it. Genius and madness have something in common. Both live in a world that is different from that which exists for everyone else. Change alone is eternal, perpetual, immortal. Faith is like love, it does not let itself be forced. To overcome difficulties is to experience the full delight of existence. Ordinary people merely think how they shall spend their time. A man of talent tries to use it. Men are the devils of the earth, and the animals are the tormented souls. Just remember, once you're over the hill you begin to pick up speed. The common man is not concerned about the passage of time. The man of talent is driven by it. We seldom think of what we have, but always of what we lack. Satisfaction consists in freedom from pain, which is the positive element of life. Compassion for animals is intimately associated with goodness of character, and it may be confidently asserted that he who is cruel to animals cannot be a good man. It is in the treatment of trifles that a person shows what they are. There is not much to be got anywhere in the world. It is filled with misery and pain.